to the replay. I'll be right with you. I'll be right with you. Hey guys, I'm just getting my computer set up and we will be ready to roll in just a second. So hang in there. Okay, I'm just about ready to get started. Let me see if I can switch this over. Hello everybody. Welcome to my Tuesday night video. I know it was kind of last moments, but I'm hoping I can grab a couple of people tonight so that you guys can see this really beautiful transfer that I just got from Shop Couture. It is our Club Couture Transfer, which means that you have to be a member of the club to be able to receive it. So with the club, every single month, as long as you're a member, you can get an exclusive transfer like this one in the mail. You will also get 3 chalk paste singles, which kind of look like ketchup packets. I thought I had one right here, but I do not. Anyway, it's kind of like a large ketchup packet, and it comes with 3 different colors that you can use on the project that you're using. It is $19.99 a month for your Club Couture, and it's free shipping. So that is a really good deal for, I mean, the chalk paste themselves are about $2.10 each, and you've got a $15 transfer, so $19.99 is a really good deal. So when you decide to join Club Couture, you also have the option to get something called a Kickstart bundle. And with a Kickstart bundle, it comes with a surface, which is an 8-in board, which is my absolute favorite surface to use, a small squeegee, a multi-tool, yeah, the Kickstart does come with that, a board eraser, bright white paste, and a board and base. And you save about $7 in the US, $10 in Canada, so it's a really good deal, and you guys, it is so nice. Right around the 5th of the month, these are shipped out to you, and when you receive them, it's always a surprise to see what they are. And this one I really, really love, so we're going to get right to it. Hello, Annie and Allison. How are you? Nice of you to join me tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this one. This just came today. It is called Welcome to Our Home. And as always, they come in a resealable package. And I always like to take good care of the packages so that I can put the transfer back in when I'm done, which is a good thing. Keeps them nice and safe and clean. If you're just popping in, be sure to say hello. And let me know if you're a first-time viewer. Get my fuzzing cloth. So this is a brand new transfer, as I was saying, and it is one of the transfers that you can cut apart. Let's see if I can move my lighting just a little bit. Here we go. There are cutting lines on here where you can cut the transfer apart, so if you want to use it a little differently than it looks, you just remove the pieces that you don't want to use. Right up in this top corner here, there are some little berries that go on the wreath, so I'm just going to cut that part out because I'm going to leave Welcome to Our right where it is. So, hi Allie. Allie is with my daughter in the other room watching a movie, and apparently she's watching videos too, so nice to see you. Be sure to hit that SHARE tab, and as you may know, Facebook doesn't like us saying that word anymore, so now I say sprinkle, so be sure to sprinkle this around to your friends so that they can learn about what Chalk Couture is and how our products work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the transfer from the carrier sheet, but first I'm going to get my marker out. And as you know, I always like to write on the back of my carrier sheet. That is what we call the white paper in the back. And I'm just going to write welcome. I'm just going to write welcome home for now. That's fine. And I'm also going to put my initials on the back. So there are a couple of reasons we do this. I also put my initials on the front. Hi, Leslie. Did you get your transfer yet? I just got mine today. It is so pretty. You guys are going to love this. So the reason I write on the back side of my transfer is to remind myself that when I've used the transfer, washed it, dried it, you can put it right back on the carrier sheet to keep it safe. It's very, very sticky on the back side of the transfer. And the side of the carrier sheet that it's attached to is very slick, kind of like a sticker back. So it's always best to reattach it to that side rather than the side with the writing on it. This is kind of a dull finish, and if you attach it to the wrong side of your paper, sometimes they stick really tight and they're hard to remove. So it really does help to write on the back just to remind yourself not to stick your sticky side of your transfer back on there. I also put my initials on there in case I've loaned them out to someone to use, or if you're in a group, it kind of makes sure that you get your pieces back instead of somebody else's, because not everyone takes as good care of your transfers as you will. Also on both sides I have my initials in case you're with a group or you're working with a lot of different transfers. You'll know which one is which, and the carrier sheet also tells you which transfer goes on which carrier sheet. So I'm just going to peel this away. You didn't get yours yet, Leslie? Oh, you know what? Actually, designers get theirs a little bit earlier. So if you want this transfer, you can go to my website, which is, let me pull that up for you. Right there for now. I'll put that there for a few minutes. That's my website. You can go in there and click on Club Couture, and you can get all the details about how you can be a part of the club. So our transfers are super, super sticky, and sometimes they cling to the surface so tightly that they're hard to remove. And we do something called fuzzing to make sure that it's not quite as sticky. Fuzzing is especially important if you're layering your project. This is not a layered project. Actually, it is, because I just cut this little piece off here, which I didn't write on yet. These are little berries that go on the wreath. So I should write on the back of that too. And if you happen to drop that little tiny carrier sheet, chances are if you see the word berries on the back, you'll remember not to throw it away. So I'm just attaching the transfer to a towel to pick up a little bit of lint. This is a fuzzing towel that is by Chalk Couture, but we also can use a regular towel or a t-shirt, anything that will help it pick up just a little bit of lint to soften the adhesive. All right, I'm going to just do this one more time. This is a very sticky transfer. You never know. Sometimes they're really sticky and other times they're not. So this fuzzing cloth, as I was saying, it's got like a towel on this side, and the other side is a microfiber, which is great for drying your transfers on after you've used them. They are reusable silkscreen transfers. If you look really closely, I don't think you can see it in this one, maybe not. There is a very fine screen that runs through the whole design, which gives you all of the detail that you see in our patterns. So I'm just going to attach this to my surface. The surface that I'm using is not Chalk Couture surface, in case you wondered. It is something that I picked up along the way, but I love the color of this. And I'm just going to, I think I centered that pretty well. Let it down. And then I'm just going to go over it with my hand. First of all, to smooth it out, make sure there are no bumps, bubbles, or folds. I don't know if you can see right here. And I can't seem to zoom in. See that bump right there? I want to take that out. It's especially important to remove them if they're on your design in the screen itself. They're two little tiny little pieces of dust right there. So I'm going to move those out of the way. If they're in the screen themselves, it really makes a bigger difference, but if it's in the teal area, not a big deal if you miss one. Okay, so I'm just going to smooth this down. I've smoothed it down with my hand, but it's always a good idea to go over it with one of your squeegees. I'm using a small squeegee right here, and I'm just going across the whole design, making sure I've got it down nice and tight, and I've eliminated any bumps, bubbles, or folds. That'll also help it from, keep it from bleeding when you put your chalk on there. That looks pretty good. This is going to be a super quick project, you guys. Hi, Cindy. Alrighty. So far, I think this is one of my favorite club transfers. I'm going to back this up again if I can. Hold on. Oops, wrong way. Hold on, I can stand up and fix this. You guys are going to see it way too close. There we go. I'll just move this back and forth. Alright. Alright, so what we're going to do, I picked 3 different colors that I wanted to use on this project. This is a really pretty, it's a very soft green finish frame. It's rustic. I love these little corner details on there. And I picked a green that is pretty close to it. It's called Eucalyptus, and it is a little bit darker than the frame itself, so I thought that would be really pretty for the wreath. I'm thinking of doing all of the lettering in white. And I also have pink, which is called Peony, which I'm going to use for the little berries that go around the wreath. Just a couple. So I'm going to first stir up my chalk paste, as always. If you guys know the routine, right? You always want to stir up your chalk paste to make sure that you've incorporated all of the oils and all of the pigments. Welcome, welcome. If you're just dropping in, say hello and be sure to hit that SHARE tab. We're sprinkling this video all over the place. If by chance I get 25 viewers, I will do a drawing or some Happy Mail. So I think what I'll do first is the wreath, and then I'm gonna use the paste and pull method to finish this project. So this is my green, which again is called Eucalyptus, and I'm going to stir that up. It's very, very thick. That is normal, and it's just something that happens when the air hits the paste. So all you need to do if it gets thick, and you want to have it about the consistency of a cake batter or yogurt, add a little bit of water. So I'm just going to spray this with some regular tap water. Some people prefer to use distilled water, but this seems to work fine in our area. So I'm just going to add that water and stir, stir, stir until it's nice and smooth. And we're getting there. Just about there. Alrighty. How many of you are club members? Club Couture members. Allison, I think you should be because you'd like this. Okay, I've got that stirred up pretty well, and I'm going to take my mini squeegee, which we actually have 4 or 5 different sizes, and this is our smallest squeegee. And I'm going to go around the wreath with this eucalyptus. Now, chalk paste goes on wet. It dries hard in a matter of minutes. It is water soluble. Which means that if you put it on a non-porous surface such as a chalkboard, metal, glass, windows, anything that is not porous, you can usually spray it with water and wash it right off. Magical! So I'm going to scoop up some of that green, and I'm just going to lay it on there pretty thick. I like to leave it thick, especially if you are new and just learning how to do your chalking, because our paste dries super fast. And you want to remove the transfer before it dries. That's very, very important. Hey, Leslie. Okay. Oh, yes. Leslie is a club member. So she knows how fun it is to get the shipment every month. So as soon as you've got the design covered, and you don't need to cover all the teal area, just the areas that are open with the screens in them, you're going to go back over the design and scrape off all of the excess chalk, just like this. Just scoop it up, put it back in the jar so you can use it for another project. You want to have this pretty thin. Actually, the thinner you can get it, the better it looks. And you just need to remember again to make sure you remove the transfer while it is still wet. And if while you're removing it, it starts to feel like it's draggy, that means it's drying and you want to remove that transfer as quick as you can. So now that I've got most of that squeegeed off and the excess is back in the jar. Oh, Cindy, you got to join. It's so much fun. I'm going to pull this up. This is called our paste and peel method. I'm going to peel this one up because if I do the rest of the design without peeling it, the wreath will definitely dry on the transfer. So there we go. Oh, I already really like this one. Okay. So with the paste and peel method, I'm just going to let this sit for a minute. I actually could hit it with the dryer, but I'm not going to. Sometimes you can use a heat tool or a hair dryer to speed up the drying, but I'm finding that if the transfers get warm, they start to get a little warped. So it really doesn't matter if you just want to wait for a minute and let it dry. It doesn't take long to dry at all. Usually they dry within 5 minutes. But I'm just going to let this set for just a minute. And then I'm going to just kind of let the transfer fall back down where it was. So, okay, we have 5 viewers. Is anyone hitting that SHARE button and sprinkling the love of Chuck Couture for me? If you are a member of my VIP group, I did post a question a little while ago to you. So if you have a chance, please go in there and look at it and answer my question. It would really help me with my thoughts for something I want to do. So check it out. If you are not a member of my VIP group and are interested in knowing about local events or specials that I have here and there, be sure to write VIP in the comments and I'll be sure to add you. You did already? Thank you, Annie. That helps a lot. Okay, so I'm just going to put this down nice and easy. And I'm going to go back over the H and make sure that's down tight. Not going to touch this area at all. And welcome to also. This is going to be a really quick project tonight, you guys. Okay. So for the rest of it, I'm just going to use it white. We're keeping it simple tonight. KISS. Keep it super simple. Or something like that. I could already tell that this one was a little dry, so I just had added a squirt of water. And what I'm stirring them with are, they're actually makeup applicators I got on Amazon before Chuck Couture had stir sticks. Just a little, like a paddle that you can apply foundation and things with. And I'm going to stir that up. If you don't have a stir stick like this, you can use like the back of a plastic fork or knife. It works just as well. Just avoid anything like a popsicle stick because they will absorb the water that's already in your chalk. So we don't want that to happen. If you guys have any questions about anything I'm doing along the way, please be sure to ask me. And guess what? I don't know if you guys heard, but yesterday I spent the whole day creating a YouTube channel with all of my videos on it. I don't have all of them on, but lots and lots of them are on there. Just type in my name, Susan Tapley, Tapply, and you can see them all. They won't be live, and you won't be able to ask questions, but you can comment and ask me questions that way, and I will definitely get back to you with your questions. Just won't be live. All right, so I'm going to be covering a bigger area this time. So I'm going to use my this is actually called the small squeegee. We have one that's bigger. It's 4 inches, but that's way too big for this project. So I'm going to scoop some of that chalk up and again and just spread it over the design, much like you would do if you were buttering toast. I think I say that in every live. This is just super easy. I'm going to leave this thick actually because I'm going to be working in a pretty large area and I don't want it to dry. So if I leave it thick, chances are much better that won't happen. And even if it does, I can just wash it off and start over. Not a big deal. Okay. Here we go. So see, I'm leaving that on nice and thick. And I'm not worried about wasting at all because all of the excess, again, will scrape right off and put it in the jar. Seems like I'm using a ton, but you actually don't use very much when you're doing this. If I didn't have a lot, I would do it a little differently. I'd probably do that paste and peel method again with all of the letters and just kind of work my way down the transfer. But I have plenty. A little bit goes a long way. Okay, so I've got all of the areas that I want white covered. Scrape this off, and I'm going to go back over the design and scrape all that excess off. Kind of use like a snowplow method to remove it, and it goes right back in. No waste. Okay, we're almost done. You guys are so quiet tonight. Nobody's talking to me. Leslie, do our boys have a basketball game this weekend? Our grandsons are both on the same team. I didn't know that. Neither of us did really until this weekend. And I saw Leslie sitting on the bench. I was like, what are you doing here? Okay, that has been properly scraped. And now the peel and reveal. This is the fun part, right, you guys? There we go. So usually when I start peeling, I start from the corner, which you kind of have to. But as soon as you can grab it from the center of the transfer, the better. If you keep pulling from the corners, there's a chance that you'll stretch your transfer and kind of make it out of shape. Won't be as nice to use the next time. Boy, this is tight. Oh, it's so pretty. My golly. I don't know who designs these, but good job. Good job. Okay, so let me see if my dryer's plugged in. It looks like it is. And what I need to dry right now is the wreath, and I want to do that because I'm going to add every Sunday. Okay, I'm going to add some little pink berries, just a couple around this wreath, just a little pop of color, and it'll be done. This is coming out really super cute, you guys. I will take a picture of it and post it in the light tomorrow. I have a really nice window in my family room that gets really good lighting for photographs. So I'll put it there tomorrow and take a nice picture of it so you all can see it in its full glory, right? So I'm just going to hit this. Might as well hit the H with my heat tool too. This is a heat tool that I use mostly for embossing, for card making. A lot of crafters own them. If you don't have one, no big deal. You can use your hairdresser or you can just let it air dry. And I want to make sure that's super warm and dry. It is dry. Because I'm going to do the next layer on top of it. If it's wet, you know what's going to happen, right? It'll pull right up. You love the color? I do too. This is so pretty. So you guys, I know that we just had Christmas, but think about how many Christmas gifts you can make with this one transfer. How pretty would it be? Leslie made gifts for, a little bow. Nice, good idea. Leslie made gifts for all of the kids on her son's soccer team, I think it was. Was it soccer or baseball? No, I don't remember. And she made a pile of them with one transfer. These go and go and go. So now I have to find that little tiny, that little tiny berry transfer. Here it is. And remember I was saying that it's important if you're layering to fuzz your transfers really, really well. This is a perfect example because we're going to be laying this on top of paste. You want to be sure that this hardly feels sticky at all. So I'm just going to fuzz it like crazy. Hello, Miss Amy. I don't know why I can't see your comment. I saw that you commented in my VIP group, but I'm not seeing that comment. That's weird. So again, this is going to go on top of the paste on the green, so you want to be sure that it's not super sticky. I'm actually going to stick it to my pants under the table. Pull up a little bit of that too. Sometimes in my my pictures that you'll see from my events, you'll see people with transfers on their shirts. And what they're actually doing is fuzzing. Perfect. Okay, look at all the blue that picked up. Can you see that? Oh, sorry, I have crappy lighting. Oh, I said the C word. Sorry, Facebook. Okay, so for the berries, I'm going to do pink. A little bow would be so cute. I don't think I have any ribbon around. Maybe I'll add it later. That's a really good idea, though. I need another stir stick. Get this pink going here a little bit. And this is a little tiny bit thicker than I like it, but I'm doing such a small area that I'm not going to water it at all. I have got to get some better lighting for this room. It drives me crazy. Is that better? Let's see if that looks better. Okay. I'd love for you to see how fuzzy this is. Definitely got some jeans on it. So I'm just going to pop it on. I'm going to put maybe 4 on it. Make sure that your surface has cooled down back to room temperature before you do this. I'm going to very gently just kind of tap that down, that second layer. I need a squeegee. Again, I'm going to use a small squeegee to do this. It's a really tiny area. Just grab a little tiny bit of pink and cover the berries. I'm not putting a super lot of pressure on there. And there you go. I think I'm going to do about 4 of them. Tap it down and run your squeegee over. Hey, Christine and Mona, welcome, welcome. Be sure to sprinkle my video for me, please. Okay, now I'm going to pull that up. So I'm working in a very small area and I'm working really quickly, so you should be able to get use the transfer without it drying a few times. I think I should be able to do 4 with no problem with this transfer. I just got a little pink on the E there, darn it. No big deal, right? It might be just chalk dust. It was. Okay, one more little bit here and we are almost done. I think we're done. Pull that. And you could do those berries in any color you wanted to. I'll pull that up nice and close so you can see the detail in it. Isn't that sweet? So a couple of things I was thinking is that, first of all, you could also change this so it was H-O, if you had a long board, H-O-M-E next to it, so it was long instead of the square form. That's one idea I had, and I also thought that if you have a very small wreath, you could put that on instead of chalking the wreath. So a couple of ideas for you for your Club Couture transfer for February. I believe if you decide that you want this transfer and you go in and sign up now, you should be able to get it. If not, you can sign up for the March transfer, and this should be an option for you to order this as well. So that is my project for tonight. Are there any questions? Thank you, Mona. Grandson soccer team, 22. Yeah, she used the same transfer 22 times. That's unbelievable. The company says 8 to 10 uses from one transfer, but as you can see, you can do a lot more than that with them. So that is my quick and easy project for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. You put my information up here. If you are interested in joining my VIP group, please put me in the comments. Join if you are interested in becoming a designer and sharing chalk couture like I do. You can do it live. You can do it with project workshops, or you can sell your finished products like this. You might like to be a designer, so it's absolutely worth checking out. And let's see, what else was there? Oh, be sure to check me out on YouTube. Just my name, Susan Tapply, T-A-P-P-L-Y. So that is all for tonight. Maybe I'll come back tomorrow night with another fun project for you. I have a couple of the new projects, transfers from the new catalog. So hopefully I will be able to get those out to you to show you what those are too. Oh my gosh, everything is so, so pretty. Love it. Get rid of that. Okay. Look what am I doing? Go away. All right. That's all for tonight. Have a wonderful evening, and I will be seeing you again soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.